Are you or is someone you know thinking about moving to the Eastern Townships region of Quebec? Maybe you're looking for employment and you also want to find out about the recreational and the lifestyle opportunities right here in this great region. Well, if that's the case, stick around. Hi there, my name is Ed Humphrey, and I'm with Townshippers Association. And welcome to this new web series where we introduce services and organizations to English-speaking individuals, families, and businesses right here in the townships. Now, I recently sat down with Beth Vanasse. She's one of my colleagues at Townshippers, and we talked about how the Make Way for Youth program is offering young English-speaking professionals a great opportunity to discover everything that the townships have to offer. Here's our discussion. And here we are with Beth Vanasse, one of my colleagues from the Townshippers Association. Thanks for being with us today, Beth.
Thanks for having me, Ed.
Now, Beth, you and I both know, as a lot of people know, that throughout Canada and throughout Quebec, we have wonderfully attractive rural areas, with lots to offer. And here in the Eastern Townships is proof in point. I mean, we've got beautiful landscapes, lots of places to do tons of recreational activities. We've got mountains, we've got streams, we've got lakes, we've got great services and products that are offered and produced right here. Lots of industries, lots of work for English and French speaking individuals. But we do have a challenge. And the challenge is that educated youth sometimes will choose to go to bigger centers, Montreal or Quebec or Ottawa or Detroit or somewhere else for a variety of reasons, whether it's for work or whether it's for language needs. And we want to keep those people in our region, right? And now you work for an initiative that works to counter what we call this youth exodus. Now you are a migration agent with Make Way for Youth.
Yep.
And maybe we could just kick things off by you telling us what your role is and what Make Way for Youth is actually doing to counter that youth exodus.
Right. So Make Way for Youth is a branch that's part of a much bigger initiative. So I work for the Make Way for Youth project, but that's part of the Place aux Jeunes en Région initiative, which is all across Quebec. In most MRCs, not quite all, but we're working to get a representative in each MRC. And typically, each MRC has one migration agent, such as myself. But Make Way for Youth is kind of the special little point in that whole system where instead of representing one MRC, I actually cover the entire region of Estrie, but I specifically work to help English speakers. So that's kind of what makes Make Way for Youth quite special. And like you said, our whole raison d'être, our reason for being is to counter that youth exodus and to either bring people for the first time to the region, whether it's from other parts of Quebec, other parts of Canada, or other parts of the world, or it's to bring people back to the region for those of us who may have left for school or just to travel. It's to get those young professionals back here.
Okay, so let's say, for argument's sake, I'm a young professional and I'm working in Toronto, but I have friends in Eastern Townships. I'm maybe thinking of moving eventually. What type of service would you have in mind, or what can you offer someone like me that maybe thinking about coming to the area?
Right. So Make Way for Youth offers two services, and Place aux Jeunes offers two services. One is individual support. So that's done at a distance. We communicate either by phone or email, and it's pretty all-encompassing as to what I can help you find. So a lot of it involves just helping people find jobs and employment. And I think it's important to note that I specifically look for English or bilingual jobs in the townships. But I also help people find housing, and I help them find schools and daycares if they come with kids. I'll help find jobs for partners or spouses. I'll help them find community services. I've even, in some cases, I've had a candidate who had recently moved and was having a hard time finding friends. And I helped her find some volunteer opportunities and some groups that she could go meet up with, and just to meet people to kind of put down some roots and get a feel for what it's like to be here. So that's
Very,
individual support.
but very
And
inclusive, right? There's a lot of services in that one
it's kind of a
service.
catch-all. It's what do you need? I will help you do it.
And
And
so what's the
so,
second one?
and the second one is the Discovery Days. So those are trips to the townships, where they can vary in length. Sometimes it's just one day if it's one or two people, and sometimes it can be as long as 3 days if it's a larger group of people. And those are trips that show you what the townships has to offer. So I often like to have themed discovery days. So I've had them for nurses, I've had one for agritourism, I've had one for teachers, and you'll come and meet different employers and see what those opportunities are. But we're not just about all work and no play. So I also like to take them to see what fun things there are to do, and to meet some community members. So we've gone to the Winter Festival in Magog and went skating along Lake Memphremagog. We've hiked the Pinnacle. We've gone to Nordic Spa. We've gone horseback riding. We usually have lakeside accommodations. I like to have brunch with other community members, people who have also recently moved here, to give, just an idea of their perspective of what it meant to them to move and what some of their trials and tribulations and challenges might have been, but also hopefully mention some of the really great opportunities that they had, and how much fun they had when they moved.
Beth, how can I get in on this?
Well, first of all, you unfortunately have to be between 18 and 35. And I'm
I'm
saying
only
it's okay.
22.
So you're right in that sweet spot. Excellent. So you have to be within the age range. It's really for young professionals and for young families. And you also have to be a graduate of a post-secondary institution. So that could be university, CEGEP, a vocational school, really any degree or certificate that's higher than a high school level. You also have to be either Canadian citizen, or you have to be able to legally work in Canada, since setting down your roots usually involves getting a job. So that's really necessary. And English to be eligible for Make Way for Youth specifically. So that's not all of Place aux Jeunes. This is just Make Way for Youth. You have to have English as your first of the 2 official languages. So that's a complicated way of saying that if you're French, you can't sign up for Make Way for Youth. Not that you can't sign up at all. You actually have the option of 6 other migration agents in the townships for that. You just wouldn't sign up with me, since I'm only looking for English and bilingual jobs and services for you.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you have to live outside of the region. So if you already live here like we do, we're not eligible. But if you just moved here, so if you moved within the last 12 months, then you
12
are
months.
still
How about
eligible.
12 years? Would 12 years be? Is
No,
that
I'm
too? No?
sorry.
Okay.
Or if you are attending a post-secondary school here, so if you're at university or CEGEP or one of the vocational schools in the region, then you're still eligible.
Okay. Now, when people are taking time out of their lives or their busy schedules to do these types of activities, finances can be a bit of a concern. So how much would these activities or services cost?
Right. So our project is funded by the Secrétariat de la Jeunesse, so basically the Quebec government. And we like to make sure that these services are open to everyone, which means they're free. That includes everything from the job searching to the house hunting, including the discovery days. So we pay for your accommodations, your travel from wherever you are to the townships, your travel while you're here, all your meals, all the activities, everything is free because we want it to be accessible for everyone.
So then say if I left the townships for a couple of weeks and I wanted to come back, would I be able to? Because that sounds like that's a great program.
It really is, yeah.
But I still wouldn't be eligible, eh?
No.
Okay. So, and how long has this initiative been going on?
That's a good
Pretty
question.
recent?
No, it's been going on for, I want to say at least a decade, and I'm pretty sure longer.
Okay.
I know that there's a difference between how long Make Way for Youth has existed versus Place aux Jeunes en Région, but it has been available for quite a long time.
And what's important is that it exists now, and that's why we're we're speaking today.
Exactly.
So how would someone find out about the program?
So I think the best way to sign up or to even just get more information is to contact me directly. So email is ideal. I think at the end, Ed's going to put up my email address. You can email me directly and I'll give you all the information that you need. I'll hold your hand and walk you through the sign up process, which actually isn't very complicated. Okay. And that's a great way to get more information. But if you want to do it on your own, you can also go to Townshippers website, townshippers.org, and find out more information there. You can go to the Place aux Jeunes à Région website, and there's a big button, Make Way for Youth, that you can click on, and it'll give you all my job postings that I do, events that are happening, news articles from our region. And I think one of the great places to get a lot of information about the townships is on the Make Way for Youth Facebook page. And I regularly update that with events that are happening in the townships and just information that would be pertinent or interesting to someone who is already living here, but also people who are interested in moving.
Well, Beth, all I can do now is thank you for all that great information. Now, you're a migration agent with Make Way for Youth, which is a program that is kind of there to incite people to discover the Eastern Townships and move back here and enjoy this great quality of life that we have here. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And as you just mentioned, we're going to put up all the pertinent information at the end of the segment so that people can contact you directly, either by email or through Facebook, and they can get information from the different websites. And it's an exciting initiative, and I'm really pleased that you're here with us today. So thanks a lot and have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you go. Make Way for Youth. It's a great program for individuals aged 18 to 35 who want to discover the employment, the recreation, and the lifestyle opportunities right here in the Eastern Townships of Quebec. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the program, you can visit their website. They have a Facebook page, and you can also contact the migration agent who can probably answer all of your questions. Her name is Beth Vanasse, and this is her email address. And if you'd like to learn more about Townshippers Association and everything that we do, well, we have 3 platforms that you can visit. Our website, our Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. And on those 3 platforms, you can also follow this new web series. So my name is Ed Humphrey. I'd like to thank you very much for being with us today, and we'll see you around the townships.